Alright, sorry I am late. But we are here now. We're doing co-working stream. Been a while since we've had one of those. Ah, there we go. Stream is officially started. And there goes Saribot. So, hi everybody. Sorry I am late. TaterTot wanted to be walk right before stream. And so he had to go out. But we're here now to do some art. Congrats, Meeps, on being first. Damn, 30 times being first. That is a lot. I'm also realizing I don't even have my drawing tablet plugged in. We're supposed to be doing art, so give me a moment. And then I'll actually be able to start. As you can see from the stream title, I'm going to be doing more of the art for the charity incentives. We're going to be working on the bunnies. Because I have some OCs to bunnyfy. But welcome in, welcome in. I was going to try and do something new with the overlay today, but it did not work out the way I wanted it to, so we're leaving it be. But I'll show you guys what I'm talking about eventually. Hi, Meeps. I am very excited to try and turn characters into Kuiper bunnies, especially because of the ones we have, which Galaxy asked for one of her D&D characters. This guy, Aizen. I don't know why I say there's two. Is there two? I don't think you guys can see the layers because the chat box covers it, but Galaxy has a second one. Let me check something. Was there an original one that was? Because Haku's being turned in. Not Haku. Korra is being turned into the sketch. Right, they have two characters. So the first one's actually the Milton drawing. Where is Milton? There's Milton. So the first one we're turning into a bunny today is Milton, which is this guy. I think. I sometimes forget the names of the characters, but this is the guy that's getting turned to a Kuiper bunny. Right. This isn't properly connected yet. I don't have my... There we go. Tablet fully plugged in. And there we go. I haven't done any warm-up sketches today, so this might take some time. A 15 stream watch streak. Okay. Not unexpected, but damn. You don't already have any animal ears, but you do have pointy-ear ones, so I think I'll give you longer ears. I don't have a finalized design for the, like, newer Kuiper bunnies, so we're gonna stick with the old ones for now. Especially because I'm not even sure if I even want to, like, update them in some big way. I do think the other ones I've designed are cute, but the 6 legs don't fully make sense. They're cool. I don't know if they really make sense. You must like vanilla milkshakes if you keep ordering them. Or the thing just thinks you like them. Have you ever had a milkshake, Comet? Thanks for making me small. Really appreciate it. No, Comet, a chocolate milkshake does not count as a vanilla milkshake. But yes, you've had a milkshake before, so yes, that would count for having a milkshake. But yeah, you've had a milkshake, so yes, that counts as a milkshake, but you've never had a vanilla one. Also, hi Agent, hi Shay. So what do you mean, right, speaking of the Kyber bunnies? What you doing? The only thing about the Kuiper bunnies that's going to change is, like, their lore and where they come from. That's changed a little bit. I might work on, like, a mini lore video for the re-debut. Or, like, some lore slides. Because I want to show off some of the stuff I've been working on. What do your eyes look like? The Kuiper bunnies kind of always have the same eyes, so I don't know why I'm even looking. It does not matter. They always look like this. Well, that's technically not true. I do want to change them up in a way, because I will be reanimating them to look better. But for the most part, this is what they look like. I've thought about giving them little legs, but I think they just look funnier as just these little droplets. This is what they are at heart. They're still very simple, but they are allowed to have wings and stuff. I actually am going to edit them in their shape to make it so they can have more traits that are, like, naturally a part of them. I want them to be able to have, like, different amounts of horns and ears. For the most part, they're bunny-shaped, but, like, if someone wants shorter ears, they can have shorter ears. What'd you do? I want this to be at a good angle for the wings. You made your Kuiper bunny! That's so cute! And stuff like that is exactly why I want to make them more customizable, so you guys can have, like, different colored tails and stuff as options. The main body should likely always be the same, but I feel like the tail and, like, the eyes should have more options. And especially things like wings. Things that are easy to make separated as, like, for color-wise things. The ears are always kind of connected, so they're always going to be the same color as the body for, like, the stream avatars, so that's going to be added to their canon just because it's easier to do. But, like, different colored tails absolutely should be, like, a simple thing. They're already separated in the way they're drawn in. But yeah, that's really cute. That also reminds me of something I wanted to do for, so I talked about that fact that I was going to have some form of merch available after the re-debut. And of course, it's going to be free merch because I want you guys to be able to, like, easily download some cute stuff of mine. I was thinking of some form of, like, customizable, like, stream avatar bunny thing that you'd be able to, like, use as wallpapers and stuff. I have to figure out how it's going to work because I want you to be able to customize them and not just download, like, one version. So you could have, like, your own specific bunny's look as a part of it. The easiest way to do so would probably be, like, a pick through or something. I have no idea how that stuff works, though. Hey, also another 15 stream streak. Hell yeah. Yeah, like making a pick crew might be difficult. Though I want them to also just be something you can just download without having to mess with it too much. So I'm still looking into what I want to do. But that's something that would interest me, is like letting you guys have customizable Kuiper Bunny profile pictures and stuff. I want them to be more than just profile pictures though, because I'd want you guys to be able to use them like wallpapers instead of profile pictures. Especially because I'll get confused. As much as I would love to see people using my art as, like, profile pictures, I'd get so confused if everyone was a Kuiper Bunny all of a sudden. Half of the way I recognize you guys in chat is based off of the color of your name. Obviously, I read the names, but, like, most of the time, it's based off of the color. Some of you change relatively frequently, so I have to kind of just get over it, but like Meeples is always orange and so is Comet. Agent's usually cyan. Shay, you change like every stream, and I don't think you're even doing that on purpose. Twitch just likes to change your color for me. Like right now you're orange, but oftentimes you're purple. There's been a few times where you've been pink and green. But for the most part, your color changes every time. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The not picking one. Also, Agent, are you trying to tell me that your color is teal in like in a correcting me sort of way? Cause I'm sorry, but you're cyan. For me, on my screen, you are cyan. You're a very like bright blue, but not like just blue. Twitch has a teal that you can't see. To be fair, then again, some of the purple is hard to see. I don't know why they let that happen, with some of the default colors being difficult to see on their own platform. Maybe they're supposed to look fine in light mode, but like most people don't use Twitch in light mode. Oh, do you have that thing where you can customize your color? Oh, you can just do that when you have a Prime. Oh, okay. I thought that had something to do with, like, Turbo or something. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm gonna keep messing with the Kuiper bunnies and how they're shaped and animated, because I do still want to reanimate them. But I've really fallen in love with their, like, stupid, simple shape. So I don't really want to change them from, like, this basic idea. I still like that they kind of hop around or even, like, slide around at times. They're supposed to be hopping, which is more obvious on the stream avatars. But at first I was gonna have them slide around kind of like slugs did, where they're animated to like move forward and then kind of slug-like. But then I added the hop to them and I think it's so much cuter. Them being weird little creatures makes me happy. They are friend-shaped. Yeah! Plus, the six-legged version made me think more of, like, bugs and stuff, and they were not a very bug-themed channel. Like, I kept looking at them and I was like, these are, like, weird little larvae guys. And while that would be cute, that has nothing to do with my channel theme. If I was, like, bug-themed, maybe. Or if I went more into the fairy theming of Fae, maybe. Because they have, a lot of the time, have fairy wings or butterfly wings or dragonfly. But I think I'll keep the bunny because of the whole moon jade rabbit thing. Hi, Yilliday! I've been doing pretty well. How have you been doing? I actually had some pretty good life updates I'm gonna give you guys. Like, so a while ago, I told you guys I had changed my medication dosage because I realized I had been struggling with depression for, like, a really long time this year, and it had been worse than it had been in the previous years, but because I've dealt with it before, I've kind of had it since... I think I was diagnosed when I was like 13 or 14 with it. So I've kind of already known the symptoms, but I didn't realize that's likely what was causing my issues recently, where I'm so tired all the time. I have like no energy to do stuff, especially stuff I like. And changing my medication dosage has actually really helped a lot recently. So definitely going to be keeping with this new dosage. So I've been doing a lot better. I'm still not sleeping properly, but I'm now having trouble getting to bed than like sleeping all day. Plus, I've been talking with people more frequently during the days. I feel like I have better control over my emotions. So overall, pretty good. Did have a little bit of a health scare a couple weeks ago, but it's been looked at and I'm feeling a lot better. So we're all good, but how about you? How have you been doing this past bit? Let's see. Yeah, I think the wing looks good here. Yeah, minus the health scare, but luckily it was nothing super big. It's more so just issues with, again, my throat being dry from a medication. You got an internship? Hell yeah, I hope it's one that pays. And I hope it's one you enjoy. Oh yeah, something else I've been wanting to give to the Kuiper bunnies is actual mouths. I think they deserve it. I think they should have mouths. And maybe even slightly more expressive eyes. This makes him look too much like a fish. Remove. I don't want to give him like the full dragon tail because that's not... that doesn't fully match with the Kuiper bunnies. They're supposed to be very simple. Except for like maybe a few times they aren't. But yeah, Illide, if you want to share more about that, I'd love to hear more. Obviously, it only isn't like too much information. Like, what it's about, what you get to do there. If you're having a good time. I can only imagine it being like when a mad dummy in Undertale possesses the dummy. With the bunnies? The pay is shit. Well, free concerts for the win! I don't remember what the Mad Dummy's eye looks like. Fix the ear. Ooh, pizza rolls. Hey, that's good. Also, did you bring enough to share at the class? It's a good thing we don't have a goddamn class. You don't have to share shit. I kind of thought about giving them the option to have quote-unquote hair. Also, unfortunately, the Kuiper bunnies are still, like, made up of jelly or something. They're not sticky, but, like, it feels like when you're touching a stress ball that's filled with goo. They're not sticky, but, like, they're very squishy. And very smooth. Yeah, that's true. Barbecue sauce, on the other hand, barbecue and ranch, like, are they mixed together? Or are they separate? If they're mixed, I hate you. If they're separate, it's fine. Continue about your day. We're about to have words, though, if you mix the two of them together and, like, really? Comet? Why? Why even the... then again, I guess there is, like, barbecue pizzas, barbecue chicken pizza. I doubt that's the type of pizza roll you have, though. I don't know if that's even a thing you can do with pizza rolls. His eyes are too small. And too low. Look, you do you, but I don't know how I feel about your Blanche. Your branch. to make the tail look a bit like the dragon tail without making it too long, because most of the time their tails are not very long. But maybe I can make an exception. They're also not supposed to be multiple parts. Because it looks a little stupid when you make them multiple parts. Maybe it could have the shapes you had before, but it dips into a spike? Hmm. Also saving, because I don't remember the last time I saved. Maybe I can substitute it with something. No. That was supposed to make it look kind of like a leopard gecko tail. I'm realizing I completely forgot to start my timer, and it's supposed to be like 30 minutes and then 10 of break. So we're already off. So I'm going to start the session and then skip to break, and we are going to have break time. Kind of forgot we're doing a co-working stream. That's my bad. But I'm going to stop drawing for a little bit, give my hands a break, do some arm stretches, do some stretches for my wrist. We are now on 10 minutes of break time. This isn't bad for the beginning. Just gotta continue to figure out what I'm doing. Because that's another thing that I'm not fully sure about with these guys, is the tails. As much as I like them, I'm not fully sure what I should be doing with them at most points in time. Because, like, how long can they get? How often do they change? Do they always have to be soft and simple shapes, or can they be more than that? I don't know yet. I guess this kind of looks more like what the tail is doing right now. To be fair, they're also still supposed to have, like, the idea of bunny to them. You're being silly, but it also seems like you're losing, unfortunately. They must have the vibe of rabbit. But I'm also gonna try and give them more, like, tail options. Like, for the next character we're drawing is one of Poppy's OCs. And she has a shark tail, which I think is fair and can be easily worked in. At that point, that's just a snake. That is just a snake with a funny looking head. But yeah, we are getting a little bunny one. Yeah! This is the character right here. Obviously, the Kuiper bunnies don't really have outfits, but I do try to, like, I want to try and add, like, stuff that influences. Like, this character has these green chains. She has a hoodie and this little, like, spider hair clip on both sides. So I'm interested in trying to, like, add the spidery stuff to it, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about that. The Kuiper bunnies do like to wear items, though. As you can see with them having the crowns and the sticky notes that are weirdly sentient and do blink like they're not supposed to. I don't know why I gave them the ability to blink, but I'm not getting rid of it. So it's just part of it now. The sticky notes blink. To be fair, the crowns will also do stuff. It's hard to notice because of how small they are, but they do turn into little hearts when you go and hug someone, and they also get angry when you fight someone. The crown eye also closes when you're currently sleeping. Oh yeah, I said the bunnies don't have hair, but that's technically not true because of the one that represents Rhea's little poof thing on her head. So I guess they already have the option to have little hairstyles. But that's like that's kind of taking the same place as like them wearing a hat or having a horn. For the spider thing, maybe the ears could splinter off into spider prongs. I was gonna make them buns to represent the shape of the, or at least just pure circles so they represent the hair bun she has. And then probably add her little hair floofty. I could give them a little spider crown or even have little, like, little hearts in the ears that represent this part. Oh yeah, that's another thing, is I want them to have more options, so I think I might go back and also add ears to this. With, like, little actual ear openings. I'm not sure how I would go about that, though. Probably won't add that to the static Kuiper bunnies, though. These are for the more customizable ones. Which also, by the way, there's something fun I wanted to do, which was adding in customized Kuiper bunnies. And you're probably thinking, Kuyu, aren't they already customized? No, 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 no. I mean having specific Kuiper bunnies for specific people. So I was thinking about maybe doing some sort of donathon or subathon during the re-debut on my birthday next year. And I was thinking one of the like separate donation rewards is you get your own custom stream avatar Kuiper bunny. Now, of course, I might already add some in for people who have made huge contributions to the channel in some way, shape, or form. Likely for a good, mostly just for a couple of friends. Like, Entei has the current highest bit reward, or, like, he has the most amount of bits donated on the channel, with I think a whopping, like, 600 actually. I know it's not 5, it's more than that. Or Wolf, who has the highest amount of subs and has had a sub for every year or every month I've been affiliated. Absolutely 2 of, like, the first place people who should get one. Here, let me go to the community and turn on the leaderboard. Back to of all time. And then it should reset in a little bit. Or do I have to, like, reset the page for it to understand that? Because it hasn't changed yet on OBS, but I think it should in a second. Waiting for it to show up. Oh, now it's not there at all. What happened? Come back! Oh yeah, right, that won't even show you people who have been subbed for a certain amount of time anyway. Alright, fine. Put it back to monthly. But yeah, either way, stuff like that. Yeah, Wolf and Entei absolutely would get one for being the highest, bidder and highest amount of time subbed. Cheerer, right. They're called cheers. And bits. Whatever. Which is complicated. I'm not sure how frequently they'll be done, but also it kind of depends on how I feel, how often I feel like making new ones and for whatever reason. It's just fun to add stuff like that. I'm obviously going to have different reference cosmetics, but it'd be really fun to have customized ones that fit to certain people. Especially based off of stuff they've done. Like, Comet absolutely gets one with their own, like, moth wing version. Obviously, Comet, your wings are way too complicated to put them, like, fully in. But I'll figure something out. Likely giving you your own, like, custom antennae. As number 1 mod. Comet, of course, gets one. Yeah, those would be, like, the top 3 I would end up making. I might make more based off of just I feel like adding more people in for different rewards, or whether or not they've been, like, paid for after a certain amount of time, like, again, with the subathon/donathon. It's not fully sure if we're going to actually do that, and I'm not even sure what the price would be. Sorry, taking a sip of my water. Because, like I said, these are fully customized designs that are per person. So I would have to do every single animation for this custom design. So that probably that's gonna take a lot of time. For the most part, they would still match the basic Kuiper Bunny rules. But, like, you'd have completely different ears, completely different tail, different eye options. I'd likely work with people on what theirs is going to look like and what they would want. So hell, Comet, yours doesn't even have to be your Sona. You can just decide what you want it to look like. You could choose a specific OC you have, you could base it off of the Kuiper Bunny design you already use, and go from there. I know Wolf likes to change hers every once in a while, but she always has, like, heterochromia, and she usually goes between, like, the marshmallow and the, orange shade Kuiper Bunny. Also, you heard that. That was the alarm going off for us to switch to work mode again. So back to figuring out what the heck I'm doing. Milton doesn't seem to have horns, so I'm not going to give him horns. I'm not going to give him the bumps on his wings either, because that's part of the simplicity. I get fangs, but no mouths. Wait, they do have mouths. They're allowed to have mouths, or do you mean you're you secretly have fangs in your Kuiper Bunny, because that's fucking horrific, and I love it. Just the lore is you have teeth that we can't see. Also, of course, the Kuiper Bunnies are not actually see-through. I know some people might think they are, they're not. They do not look like that. It's fun. Feel free to draw them however you want, but like canonically, they're not see-through. Don't worry, you cannot see when they eat something. As funny as that is. They are like weird. They're like the shark gummies. They're not very see-through. That was the main inspiration for them. For those who remember back in the day when they were called the Gummy Bunnies, they were just based off of gummy bears and stuff. Ooh. Yeah, now I remember why I don't give you guys ears in the complicated sense. Just don't look good. If I changed the way the ears were sitting, then maybe it would, but like... This little, like, circle ear only looks good on smaller ears and on Rhea, because she's meant to look cute, but also that's not how ears work. I don't even think Rhea technically has physical ears with the way they're drawn. Those are just, like, big old antenna. She's pretending to be a rabbit. Yeah, no, it still doesn't look good. Because it doesn't look like an opening, it looks more like a pattern on the ear. I think I'll keep them like this. Though that always was something I was debating on, and I think I like their ears being simple. Though some of them can have them being different. Maybe. But for now, I'll leave it be. Definitely not in the line art stage. I also don't know what type of bunny I'm gonna make Milton. Might give him a gradient. Oh wait, he's not Milton, it's Milton or something. Let me go back and check. What's the message? I don't think there's actually an I, I'm pretty sure it's an A. At what point does my Kuiper Bunny just become an undead? They don't die. They're immortal little weirdos. Yeah, it is Malton. It's not Milton. It's an A. An undead variant during Halloween would be fun. But what really makes them look undead? I guess drippy? Make them look weirdly drippy? Oh, wait, I can just do this way. That's the wrong thing. There we go. Even though he has the corruption on half of his face, the Kuiper bunnies don't tend to have mixed forms. I'm realizing that. They're usually one form or the other. How would that look? So maybe he's not a shadow, or he's not a shade type. I guess that still doesn't decide which one he is yet. He could be a shine. It could also be a sweet type. I think I'm gonna make him a shine. And how does his eye look? He's like half and half. Having the Kuiper bunnies be one half of so let me make this clear. I'm talking about when it comes to me animating them. Again, you guys can feel free to do whatever you want if you like want to design your own and draw them. Always have fun with these things. But like when it comes to making them an actual stream avatar, I don't think I'd be able to do something like this, sadly. Simply because I don't think I can turn them around. So they'd always be like, they'd always have the only one side is half and half like this. They wouldn't be able to physically have it be both sides, which is unfortunate. But I would love to be able to add something like this. But they won't be able to flip sides. The side facing the camera will always be the same color, no matter which direction you're facing. Which of course makes sense. They're very simple and they shouldn't be able to move like that. But man, would it be cool if they could. Copy this color. Turn this back on. Merge. Essentially, the eyes swap because that's how their eyes tend to work with the outline. Yeah, this is definitely cute. Yeah, even with me trying, I don't fully like the way that looks. It would probably look better on this side because part of it's hidden, but like... yeah, I don't like that. We'll leave it like this. Oh, what is it? Tad Strange or something? That's his name? Yeah, because he's like a fake dude. Yeah, that honestly does kind of reflect like that, where you can't change the side you're facing. And it's very easy to tell. But having bunnies that are half and half like this would be really cool. But unfortunately, kind of impossible. There we go. That's a little better. And saving again. Now, technically, this isn't actually done. I am just working on the sketch version, and I like to do colors during the sketch. So I know where everything's going to go when I start doing line art. Like, one of these eyes, I think both of these eyes technically should be filled in, but I wanted to make sure I knew what color was being used before I did so. So let me make sure the colors look good. Yep, looks good to me. Melton's looking good. Malton, not Mal. I don't know why that name is so difficult for me. Oh, so this is the second time Gravity Falls has been brought up during my streams this week, and I love it. Because we also had the watermelon ghost type that Aurora made, which was giving off Summerween vibes. Here we go. Oh yeah, I love Gravity Falls, which is why I'm happy about this. Let's go look around. Oh yeah, you guys want to see something cool? Watch this. Let's move to just chatting. So I've had StreamerBot on this entire time. And StreamerBot goes along with voice commands. It's very simple, but I love it so much. I absolutely adore that you can do voice commands with this. Oh yeah, I'm showing Galaxy her son. Malton's looking really cute. I actually really like this. Because now it's making me sad I can't actually have 50-50 sided bunnies. Like, you can change the top half and the lower half, but you cannot make them, like, nope. It's not horizontal. Vertical? Vertical. You can't split them vertically. Very sad. But we get to move to doing some shadows, which is something they tend to not have, because that would be expensive for animating. It's not nearly as strong as shadows tend to be. But yeah, I'm still getting used to StreamerBot stuff. I'm not fully sure how much of it I'm actually going to use to change up my streams, especially in the coming few, like, months. But I am looking into it to see what I can do. There might be some changes to my streams based off of what I can do with it. There might not be. Now you just need to make only activate. When you say Jarvis... So, fun fact, I did actually try with Rhea. I don't think I'm saying the name correctly because it can't properly register me saying her name. Because as you can tell, I say her name like Rhea. I don't think that's correct. Because every time I tried using her name, it didn't work. So either it doesn't recognize her name, or I'm saying it wrong and I need to change the way I say it to work with it. To be fair, we know that the text-to-speech bot can't say Rhea's name normally because when I type her name in, it doesn't say it properly. Or at least the way I say it. So that's something I'm gonna need to mess with. Or just fix the way I say her name. very possible I'm just saying her name wrong. No, it's Rhea. Or, well, that's what Copilot says. Moving on. Bing, videos. Give me something from YouTube. So, my goodness, I'm just now realizing how loud the music. Very loud. Oh. Oh no, I am saying Rhea right. Both, some people say Rhea, some people say Rhea, it's both work. So no, the bot just doesn't like Rhea's name. But I've also had to tweak it for the TTS bot we use, which is BikuBot, because BikuBot says it weirdly. Where the fuck is BikuBot? Did I not open BikuBot? I never opened BikuBot. I'm so sorry. I hope no one asked Rhea to say anything today. Okay, yeah, it looks like no one's asked Rhea to say anything. Very sorry about that. I didn't open BikuBot. Rhea hasn't been able to say anything. You could put it as Rhea. That's true. Here, we have a few more minutes left of co-working. Do we want to mess with StreamerBot live? Let's see if I can get it to understand Rhea. Oh, wait, actually I can see it's literally putting in the words I'm saying as I say them. It's not very good. I'm sorry, spoken dictation. It's not very delighted. I didn't say delighted. Okay, maybe it's just guessing what I'm saying. Maybe that has nothing to do with what it hears me say. This has to be something else. I don't know what this, like, speaking log is. It's under voice controls, but I don't know if that's actively what it's hearing me say. Because it changed good to delighted, which is weird. I tried adding one for the BRB screen to make it like, hey, Rhea, do this, do that. It wasn't understanding it, so maybe... Will that work with TTSs, though? Will they understand something like that? I guess we can find out. Actions. Switch to BRB. Add trigger, voice. Oh, there's a difference between command and dictation. So dictation must be something else. Great, voice command. Rhea! Nope. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, the dictation thing is saying via, and that's not right. Rhea! Okay, sorry about that. It did work. Okay, Agent, you're spot on the money. It does understand Rhea. Problem is, it doesn't understand the commands if you're speaking while doing something else. So let's say if I move, let's move to just chatting while talking, it's not gonna work. Actually, I can show you by going back to the art screen. So if I'm still saying something like let's move to just chatting in the middle of a sentence, it won't work. See? The specific command to make me move to just chatting is let's move to just chatting. But because I'm saying something else and didn't take a break, it can't understand it. It will only go at the sentence if it's on its own. Let's move to just chatting. See? But yeah, so now we know Rhea works. Oh, there's a bunny battle! So thank you for that, Agent. Let's see who wins! Oh yeah, I'm also gonna turn off that command in case I say her name on its own, because obviously it's not gonna work if I say it on its own, but like, I gotta be careful about this. I think I can turn this off. Yeah, I can unenable it and then it turns red. But yeah, there's so many fun things I can do. Right now, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with StreamerBot commands and stuff like that, but I'm very interested in it. Also, sadly, for now, we're gonna have to say goodbye to the idea of your orders showing up on screen, because I don't think that's something I can actually do without completely deleting the old command and everyone loses their counter. As far as I know, there's just not a good option for that right now. For them to be said in chat and be shown on screen is just kind of impossible. And I like people being able to see what like items they got and actually get to interact with what they've seen. Because if you get your stuff during an ad break, you won't be able to know what you got. Or at least it'll be really tiny on screen in the ad bubble. Why did I win? I'm giving that to Agent for helping out with the fixing the Rhea command. I think I'm doing the command correctly. There we go. It is currency give at and then the amount. There you go. I don't think the shadows look right just yet. No, I think that shadow looks nice on the tail. Oh yeah, you know what? I should figure out where I want the lighting to come from for once. So any spot that didn't hit. How much time do we have left on the work timer? We got about 4 minutes before we are taking a break again. Wait, how do you know that was almost a jackpot? What happened? What'd you get? Oh, you saw the little icons. I see. I don't want this to not show up there, but... No. I think I'll keep the line smooth. I think that's fine. Sorry, I probably shouldn't clear my throat while this close to my mic. I apologize for that. I was gonna do line art on this, but like honestly, this sketch looks enough like line art for me. Also, it looks like we are going to be on break time. So we have another 10 minutes of break. Which means if you are working alongside me, I suggest you give yourself a little break to stretch. Maybe go grab some water if you don't have any. Go drink a drink. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this is turning out already, and I'm very excited to work on the other two. We've got 2 dragon characters and a spooky shark girl. And also because my browsers are muted on stream, I get to listen to whatever music I want in the background. It's... I sure hope you're drawing something silly. Ooh. Are you drawing an actual bunny or like one of my Kuiper bunnies? Because if so, also good luck for both. These stupid little things are shaped like a bean, but like, man, they're also annoying. And that's why I love these silly things. How do I go about this? Oh, wait, sorry, I'm supposed to be on break time. I know, I'm sorry. I got distracted. Let me figure out. I have no idea what those words mean or how I would even begin to pronounce them, but I'm assuming it's for D&D, because it's a minifig. And that's all I know. About the same way you would add them when it comes to how the bat wings were added. I put them in a downwards position so they'd be less in the way, but like, they'd just be attached around here or on the very back. The fun part of the Kuiper bunnies is that their ears can be just about any way you want them to. So technically you could have giant ear wings if you wanted to. And they do have a secondary, like, cosmetic they're allowed to have, which could be a horn, could be antennae, could be whatever you want. They also can't have the wings. Malton wasn't given any aesthetic because I didn't see any part of him that I wanted to like add to the headspace area. But I think so far this is really cute. That is not what I was expecting. That is just a bracket. That mouth is just full on bracket. Bracket face. I love it too. Yeah, other than maybe messing with the line art colors, Mountain is about done. Malton. Malton. I don't know why I keep saying it wrong. Malton's just about done. I think it's very cute. I'm very happy with this. I don't think there's any, like, extra color. Because, again, I try to keep their colors as simple as possible. Unless they have some sort of, like, outfit thingy. Mountain, I don't think there's anything I can add to Malton. Because, like, the extra part of the wings feel like they'd be too much. And keeping the, like, half and half of his face, specifically, I think is good. I think the most I could maybe add is, like, some sort of gradient to his other wing. There's only a minute and 30 before my break. I'm gonna draw a little bit. No, I think it catches the vibe with being this simple. Especially since this is only his face, while the arm has the corruption as well. So his whole body having that makes sense. Yeah, I'll leave these beat as well. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want one of these silly little things made for a character of your own, all you gotta do is send in $10 to my Ko-fi. Not my Ko-fi, I'm kidding. Do not send me money for this, I will not be doing these. These are for a very important event that is still going on. If you type PFP, exclamation mark PFP in the chat, which I'll do for you, you get a link to, where is it? There it goes. You get a link to the Pokemon for Palestine event we're doing, which is what these doodles are for. For $10, you get your own customized Kuiper Bunny drawing. You send me your OC, I turn them into one of these little critters. The campaign is still going for the next week. It ends on November 30th, is the last day to get these funny little guys. I think they're very fun and I love them. These are my little buddies. But yeah, I'll probably have the option to make these some other time, but like, yeah, for now, you can get them for a nice crispy $10. I have turned off the doodles because I'm not drawing any more Pokemon. You can't make me. I have given up. I will finish the ones I already have, but like, no more, please. Where is the thing? I want to see what I wrote. View campaign. Yeah, here I was thinking that these guys being fully rendered was going to take a lot more time than this. They are very simple. Oh yeah, I'd be more than willing to turn any character into one. Whether they're your OCs or characters from media you like. I feel like Milton could. Well, I don't know how I'd add his little ponytail. These things don't really have hair. They might have like a funny little thing pretending to be a horn or like a piece of hair at the front, but like this is about it. I could give him his little like snatched waistband. Okay, it's like a ribbon or something, but like look how tiny his waist is. He's so skinny. Oh, I zoomed all the way out. That's my bad. There we go. For some, I don't know why I can't help myself. I kind of want to add some little cracklies. It feels so important to him, but I'm not sure how I'd go about doing so. And if these guys don't pique your interest, for a good crispy $20, you get a half-body sketch of any character you submit in. So you get, instead of getting a silly little guy, you get an actual just half-body drawing of your character. Instead of seeing them turned into a funny little creature. But it's for a very good cause. And with this, we've already made a good $4,400, almost $500 with the campaign as a whole. And I'm so very proud of everybody who joined for this. They did an amazing job, and I'm so glad I got to be part of this. Here, let's see what it's actually at right now. Ooh, it is only $16 away from being $4,500. And for 30, you can get both. Correct. A good crispy 30 bucks. I don't know why I keep calling money crispy. Ignore me. I think I'm tired. It's just now hitting how weird it is that I not only have called dollars crispy once, but several times. What is happening? I was drawing with the wrong color, wasn't I? Yep. I want to represent the corruption on his arm a little bit more. That doesn't look super good zoomed out, though. There we go. I would love to see it. Go ahead and post it in the art or even the fan art section, because technically the Kuiper bunnies always count as fan art since they're a creature I made. That is not my server. Ooh, interesting. You kept your little sunset. Yeah, the wings are definitely difficult, especially with keeping them as complicated as they are. Because you have the whole sunset thing going on, but I like. Okay, I'm adding very, very simple upgrades. I don't want two or like little patterns. I think we'll leave it with this. I don't want it to be too complicated, but I still want it to get across the like vibe of the corruption without it being as cracky as it is. I think I'll add one more. There we go. Obviously, he doesn't have any on his tail. But for the most part, I think this is good. Are you thinking of reworking your Sona? I like how in the description for the these guys I said they're going to be fully rendered, so they might take some time, and then here we are. Yep, this is it. This is the take some time. I mean, I guess it did take me like an hour to work on these. But then again, I've also been taking the changed up medication, so I've also been working a lot faster. And been a bit better with like art stuff, so maybe that's why. But like this was actually pretty quick, and I'm already pretty happy with this. Okay, let's get up some old rendered art, because I want to see if I'm maybe missing something. Obviously, Haku's water hair took a while longer, but other than like blending, this is kind of done. Then again, I guess my rendering style is pretty simple still. I do mostly just cell shading, but like it has a little bit of gradient to it, a little bit of blurring on the edges. And then again, these are also people. The Kuiper bunnies are not that difficult in comparison. Obviously seeing, yeah. They don't have complicated eyes either, nor will they have hair highlights, anything like that. Yeah, they're not nearly as complicated as like my human drawings are. I'm still really happy with how this turned out. The rats are stupid, and they look like sock puppets, and I love them. These are my stupid little sock puppet guys. Oh, you know what's also funny is all of this art is for Galaxy. This is Galaxy's Kuiper Bunny. This is Galaxy's character Haku from a D&D campaign we share. And this is Zava from a D&D campaign that Galaxy runs. A lot of the art I actually finish ends up being for Galaxy for some reason. That's interesting. Out of the art pieces I finished in the past year, all of them are for Galaxy. To be fair, this one was for last year. This was Galaxy's birthday last year, so like, it's been almost a full year since I made this, but like, all of this is Galaxy art. Of course, there's things like Rhea, but she doesn't have shading, but she is still in animation. My current PNG tuber counts, so obviously that's something made for me. And Galaxy's isn't the only commission I've made this year. I also have Kiri's emote commission, which is also super cute. Also, really like this as my like new signature. I love the bunny with the heart in it. I'm gonna use this more frequently. But yeah, this is my emote commission for Kiri a while ago. The eyes I'm really happy with. Little like edge, using the colors of his eyes on like the edge shading for the lashes. Very lovely. But like, yeah, weirdly enough, majority of the art I finished this year, and in a while, all of it is for Galaxy. To be fair, one of them was for her birthday, and I really wanted to draw Haku as a chibi. And then another one is a commission, so she paid me to do so. But like, I don't finish art that frequently, so it's funny how much of it is made specifically for Galaxy. And Kiri, of course. Apparently, if the art is made for my friends, I do a better job at actually finishing them. Though these are also paid for and for good causes, 2 of them. I do still feel like I'm missing something. And I'm not fully sure why. The eye highlights and the shading too strong? Oh, maybe it feels like I'm missing something because I don't like the tail color. The tail is the part that feels the most weird to me. Okay, if I just undo and redo, I can see. Yeah, it's the tail. I made it a different color to make it more even, but it looks weird. Could make it half and half to represent the little flick of the tail. Oh, that's kind of cute. To be fair, it looks like the actual fluff of a bunny tail, which tends to kind of have that white fluff underneath to match their bellies and stuff. Don't hate that. Oh yeah, the angle of the shading's also wrong. If the shading... Yeah, that's too high up. It should be angled, sort of, like what the body is right now. It feels like that stupid, like the Robert meme. Whenever you're looking at your art and something's wrong, it's just like, Robert. It's pissing me off. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it makes me mad. Okay, I'm not gonna say names. I'm just gonna grab someone. Don't ask me why. I need to know, who are you? Ah, that makes sense. Sorry, like I said, I try to recognize people based off of the bunnies because a lot of you have default colors and stuff you like to pick. So I was like, who are you? I'm not saying names out loud. Continue to lurk and enjoy. I was just like, who are you? Which one is this now? If you haven't known that about me, I do like to check. I do memorize your bunnies based off of the cosmetics you like to use. So it's easy. You're allowed to change them as much as you want. Do whatever you want with them. I just like to recognize people based off of their cosmetics and stuff. So I'll usually assume who's who. I like to figure out who's who and look at them. That's the fun part of the bunnies being so customizable, and also why I want to make them even more customizable in the future. So you guys can make them feel even more like either you or like a character design trope you like. Like Meep said earlier, he likes the color orange, so his bunny's always orange. The Calamar hat also just looks really cute on it. Agent and Meeples tend to match using different colors, but Agent right now is gray. I should add a gray sticky note for you so you can still have a sticky note face if you want. I wouldn't mind adding more sticky note colors. Sometimes you're gray, sometimes you're green, sometimes you're pink. You'd like that? Alright, next time, by next stream, there should be a gray sticky note for you. I wouldn't mind adding more sticky note colors. Depends on my mood. Yeah. Sometimes, I think you do it when you're sad is you're gray, or do you just like being gray sometimes because? Or is gray like you had a bad day? Because if so, I hope this is helping. If not, maybe going and getting some water, going for a little walk, having some time for yourself, or if streaming counts as time for yourself. Depressed equals no color. Yeah, that's fair. I get that. Well, I hope we're helping at the very least. And if not, I hope there's something we can do, and hopefully chilling out is nice. Okay, now I definitely think it's time for Messing with the shading. Oh, wait, these are backwards, actually. No, the shading's at 44. The overlay color tends to be higher than this. I also think that's, like, way too much shading. That's too aggressive for the shading. Sorry, it's not that there's too much of the shading, there's too much blur on the shading. I should one day just change my color and wait to see how long it takes Kuyu to notice. Don't do that to me! Don't change the colors to specifically fuck with me. What? That'd be so funny because I would immediately grab you like, who is this? Like, I haven't grabbed Elide because I know it's Elide because you talked when you joined chat, so I know which one you are. And I was like, who is this? I love this pink color. Very rarely anyone outside of Agent picks pink. Comet, I know you just like red and orange as colors, especially because you're a sunset moth. So of course those are the two colors you're drawn to. Everyone has the stuff they like. Like Eli, me, and Echo are all purple. Because that's all of our favorite colors. We all have the same favorite color, so we always pick purple. If there was a teal, I'd use that color. Ooh, okay. I might add more colors in the future. I might not. There's already a lot. There's already a lot. But I did think about adding one since cyan used to be my main brand color. I actually don't know if you've been around long enough to know that. I can't remember when I actually changed my color over to purple. Hey, Hawk! Look him in. Because my current profile picture, you can see it uses, like, cyan as the bows. That was because that's what my old design used to look like. The first PNG tuber I ever made had, like, a bunch of... Actually, I can bring her up right now and show you guys. Why am I even... I think I've shown you her in the past, but that was, like, months ago. But yeah, the first PNG tuber I ever made had little, like, crescent moon bows. Very cute. I loved it. But I also wanted to change it because it was entirely meant to be a temporary PNG tuber. It was never meant to be permanent. Where is she? There she is. Oh yeah, Hawk, you've been here long enough. Actually, have you? Did I really know you back when I first came back to streaming? That was like 2023. But yeah, say hello to the first PNG tuber. It still even has my old name on it, Kuyu Minato. First PNG tuber I ever made. She's made for PNG Tuber Plus, so all of her pieces are separated. I had no idea what I was doing with this one, or why. I just thought all of these things were cute. The hair, the poofs plus the braids, the crescent moon bows. I just decided to do all of this because I thought it was cute. You can kind of see what design parts stayed. Like, the hair's more brown now, because I thought it looked cute. The eye shape is relatively the same. You showed it a while back. Ah, okay, yeah, so you remember when I showed it off. My eye color might actually go back to being brown, I don't know. I made it purple a while ago just because I thought it looked nice. Adds for a bit of contrast, especially since I made the hair more brown. Didn't have horns, just had pointy ears and little fangies. I love fangs as like a design trait. They don't have, it's like, doesn't matter if the character should have fangs. I just like giving people like elongated canines. I don't care what reasoning behind it. They could be a totally normal human character. They're still gonna have teeny tiny little fangs. They're just cute. I just like drawing them. I think even Rhea has them. Or she was originally going to, and then I probably walked it back because I don't think she has room for teeth. Her mouth is very small, and so is her design. She's not that much bigger than a regular rabbit, so like, she's not supposed to be that big. Thank you for the self-care reminder. And thank you for the save reminder. I hope you enjoy your big pancake. I keep forgetting that I changed the save sound to being the, like, Undertale and Deltarune one. It makes more sense and it's less confusing because it used to be the same sound effect I had for follows. But, like it's jump scaring me now. I certainly won't forget to save with it on, that's for sure. Hey, you fed Udo again! Yippee! Alright, yeah, but with that, that is going to be, I think, the end. Well, obviously I want to add his shadow. Which right now he doesn't have. Go get some brekkie! I hope you're making breakfast while you watch the stream, and you're not just avoiding eating to be here. Let's see. That'd be fun. I have brought out like all of the ones I've made and used during streams up during one stream, but I definitely want to put them all in a line so you guys can watch how they've evolved and even like the small variations. Another PNG tuber that I like called Sue, Suru Draws, she has also made something like that. It's very funny. They change character design like twice or maybe even 3 times a year. So she uses that as like a way to see how long ago someone joined streams at this point, because of how frequently she changes them. It's very cute. Because I think I followed them all the way back in like 2023, so their design has changed so much since then. At that point, I think they had like a space helmet, and they were very like space and cat themed. And now, at some point, she was dragon themed, and now she's more like dragon fish themed, I think. The color palette's also changed. It's really cool. She has so many changes. I also like to bring her up because she has a both a free and a paid for version of a completely customizable PNG Tuber thing for PNG Tuber Plus that she made. Super cool. Also, it is long break time, so we are going to have a 20-minute break away from drawing for a little bit, which is perfect since I just finished up Galaxy's artwork. I also remember you had a tail on your PNG tuber. Oh, I have a tail on all of my PNG tubers aside from that one, because she didn't have anything specific. Which tail are you talking about, though? Because they've all had a tail since, like, the second iteration. Actually, I don't even know how you would describe each of these tails. They're all kind of very different. But yeah, it's because of how far away I've moved my PNG tuber, it's hard to see, but she does have the little, like, black demon tail. Here, I can bring up a drawing I have of her. It's like who your first Doctor Who was. I know there's different Doctor Who's for, like, the different seasons, or at the very least, there's just a different person. So I understand it, but I haven't seen that. Very Chimera-like. Oh. Second iteration, I believe, is this one. I think this is technically PNG Tuber 3 or 4 that I have right now. I call her 2.0 at times because I think this was the first one I had. But also, I've made so many that I kind of have a hard time telling which one's which. And then there's also the small. Or I tried to make so many that I never used. I think I've only really made 3 variations of my PNG tuber, with 3 of them being very different. Obviously, the first one that I showed you, the one I have right now, and the one I'm making is based off of this one. You are always cranky over the hands, because they're not finished! They're not finished! Huh, that's funny, because both of those PNG tubers were only supposed to be temporary, because they were never fully lined, but this one is the most finished version and the one I love the most. She's gonna have some mild changes. I know I personally joined during 2.0's run. Okay, so technically this is 3.0. I'm working on number 4 right now, and number 4 is basically just this one again. So honestly, I'm just... Okay, here, let me tell you something really funny about the new PNG tuber. I'm gonna call it 4.0, but it's basically just like 3.1 because the one I'm using right now is the third PNG tuber I've made for myself. But like, I'm just adding glasses to this one. I'm not kidding. While I am going to be completely redrawing this PNG tuber, I'm just basically adding glasses and changing up her hairstyle. That's gonna be like the biggest change to her. The tail itself might change, but like for the most part, this PNG tuber is just gonna be like mildly different. Comment, you've been here since I started streaming. Yeah, of course you've been here for 5 years. You've been here for fucking ever. You checking your follow age is like the same as checking how long I've had an account for at that point. Hell, you followed me before I started streaming. I think you just followed my Twitch because you could. Ooh, damn, Shay, you're getting up to 1 year. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's... Okay, let me get this straight. Let me make this clear. I really appreciate that. But like, holy shit. There is something about you guys checking your follow ages and them being at a year or being close. I can't believe we've spent like a year together. You know? Nine months is still a hell of a lot of time. Though I think I remember the specific stream you showed up on because of that. Because I think you found me during a Doug raid. And I think that was during the raid where I got to 100 followers. Can you check that? Do I have that on? Is that a thing you can do? I don't think it's working. Dang. Interesting. I think you can click on your account to see how old your account is, though. Yeah, you created your account in 2014. I can just look at that. Then again, that works with follow age too. You guys know you can click on your names and just, I guess, well then you'd have to do the math though, that's true. You would have to do the math. It doesn't tell you, it tells you when, not how long. I completely forgot that Twitch is also that old. You must have been here during, like, Justin TV days. I think that's back when it was named that, wasn't it? Ooh. Okay, never mind. I guess it's been Twitch for almost a decade. I don't know if you can still hear me. I think you do have a sub. So, back when Twitch originally was created, it was called Justin TV. And then Amazon bought it out and changed its name. And Comet, go fuck yourself. Why did you change? Why are you orange now? What? Don't do this. I know we said that we were gonna change our colors as a joke. Don't do this. You go back. I might have changed my bunny's eyes. Comet, you were fucking orange. That is not your eye color. You were fucking orange. Your entire body was a different color. Honestly, though, it does make sense to change your eyes so it matches your gradient. That's fair. I might have changed my eyes, says the motherfucker who's orange all of a sudden. I can't tell if you were messing with me or if not. I think my slime is blue. Fuck. Please tell me you're not calling the Kuiper bunnies a slime. Also, no. You're red. If you are. Please tell me you did not just call the Kuiper bunnies slime. Mm-hmm. Comment you're green. As of now, I'm watching you run around being green. I originally created a Twitch account to watch someone who I no longer watch. Ah, that's fair. I didn't realize Twitch had been called Twitch for a decade, but then again, that makes sense. Justin TV might be way older than I think. But yeah, I didn't know about the... That's just like a fun Twitch fact, I guess. That its OG name was Justin TV, and originally it was just kind of like one guy who made that original version, and then it got bought out by Amazon, and now it's Twitch. Now it's the Twitch we know today. Okay, look. What do you... Okay, look what? Go ahead. Defend yourself. PM Seymour had bunny slimes that are very similar looking to your Kuiper bunnies. Well, my Kuiper bunnies are not those things. These are not slimes. These are the Kuiper bunnies. They do kind of feel like stress balls, though. Don't squish them too hard. But, like, they're kind of like stress balls. That's just how they feel. They're just, like, weird creatures filled with, like, goop. Goop. But yeah, they're to be fair, their original name was the Gummy Bunnies. Because they're meant to be based off of gummy bears and stuff, which you can clearly tell based off of their colors. The shade ones are supposed to look more like see-through gummies, but they're not actually see-through. The sugar ones have the little, like, undercolored line like gummy sharks have. And there was... I haven't added it yet, but there is going to be an option to make them half and half from, like, the front and the back. So you can have one that looks like kind of like a gummy worm where they're split in half based off their coloring. Because I think that's fun as well. Oh yeah, these are the two different versions of my PNG tuber. Sometimes I took her glasses off, but I realized I hated it because I drew her eyes like a little too far apart. Here, I can show you. Where are the glasses? I'm turning off her hands. Where are her glasses? It's not even on this layer at all. Oh, there they are. Yeah, the eyes are slightly too far apart, and the glasses help make it harder to notice. They look fine for the most part, but like, there's something wrong here. And it's hard to see when the glasses are turned on. Never going back and fixing that. She's gonna stay like that forever. I do miss having a witch hat, so I might make that like a toggle or something. Miss my hat. But I've been following since November 25th. Yep, that's why it said you've been here for 11 months. I know, I'm surprised too. I genuinely did not remember you'd been here for that long. But yeah, you have been. But that makes sense, because I remember you being in chat when I was talking about making the new PNG tuber. You were here for the old one, I'm pretty sure, because I made this one at the start of 2020. So you were here at the very end of PNG Tuber 2.0. Which explains why you only really remember 3.0, because you've seen her for so long, but I guess that does mean you've seen 2.0. I do remember you being there during those ending streams in 2024. But that's crazy how long some of you have been here. Also, thank you, Agent, but also we gotta be nice. I think PM Seymour is a pretty cool dude. I do know the bunnies you're talking about, they do look pretty similar, because they're supposed to be very simple versions of bunnies. So I do see what you mean. And I think they have similar lore, because isn't his thing, Cyanna's like a space, bunny, isn't she? He's a voice actor and artist. He does a lot of voiceovers on Tumblr and stuff. I remember I even made fan art for the old version of Pluto and Rhea, which was my first channel mascot. I wonder if I can find that. That was a very long time ago. Oh, here it is. So the oldest channel mascot I have is actually named Comet, which is this guy, the little black slime, and with the cyan eyes. And this is Grape, I believe, is the purple thing. Yeah, I even made fan art for them a long time ago. They do have similar shapings. I see what you mean now. Maybe that subconsciously, like, inspired me to make the Kuiper bunnies. They are kind of similar, but they aren't made of slime. Their most simple form does kind of look similar, but obviously they have more stuff to them that they can add. But now I see why you got them confused. Yeah, they are very similar. Diana created the bunnies. 2 children who are slimes, Ashley. Yeah, and Grape, the blue one. Hey, Wolf. Welcome in. Look, it's Malton. It's Malton as a Kuiper bunny. We currently have a little less than 6 minutes left on break time before I get to draw the next one. Hello. I haven't given him his undershadow, but he'll have to deal with that. The break timer went off before I could fully finish the art. But yeah, then I'll save an extra version of this, send it to Galaxy, and then we get to move on to the next one, which is for Poppy, and working with her character. Which is this cute shark character. I'm very excited to figure out how I'm going to turn this. I know I definitely want to add like a chibi version of the shark tail, but she has so many like interesting and defining traits on her outfit. Obviously you can't have shoes. These guys don't have legs. Unfortunately they don't have legs, so that's not going to work. But I do want to turn like the... Oh.
I have something to say.
Yes, Rhea? Very a bit loud.
I'm going to say a curse word. Get hexed.
Okay.
Haha.
Rhea, don't hex people, please. We need them to come back, Rhea. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of making like a mini lore video as well. It probably won't be super complicated. It'll just be like some silly stuff for the re-debut. But I definitely want to have like a silly lore video explaining the new reason for why we have the Kuiper bunnies and stuff. I really want to make my like lore animation meme though one day with the what's the song name? I forgot.
One.
Thank you for the bit. What is it? I keep wanting to say Absolute Territory, but that's the wrong song.
One.
It's not in here. Why is it not in here? Where is it? Oh, I have it in my actual playlist. It's not in one of my like playlists to make songs for. Okay. Or make animations for. Where are you? There it is. Paradise, the Udachi remix. I'm still very excited to make that animation, but I definitely want to try like making some smaller animatics for lore stuff. Wolf, thank you so much for donating! Obviously it doesn't tell me, so let me go check how much you just sent in, but thank you so much for donating to our campaign. I'm very bad with words at every point in time. And I will never fucking get better. Thank you for the $10. Does that mean you're getting a, can I see what incentive you have? Okay, it tells me you have an incentive. Where's my dashboard? There it is! Get bunnyfied! I love you responding with, you have my Discord. You know who I am. Then send me a DM about which character you want bunnyfied. I'm going in order of when they've been done. So once I get finished with Poppy's Galaxy's second one, I will be moving over to yours. But thank you so much for donating. Really appreciated. Obviously I prefer to have them DM'd so I can easily go back and check which character is which. So you can tell me in chat as long as you can tell me in chat as long as you still DM me and maybe send me an image. I know I have access to a lot of your like character servers though, so I can always look back, but I prefer them being sent in DMs so it's easier for me to track stuff. Yeah, very excited. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to turn more characters into Kuiper Bunnies because these things are stupid and I love them. I love my stupid little guys. Fair choices, Enver and Nilly. I'm not gonna tell you who to choose. But I love both of them, so I will willingly draw both. Obviously, as you can see, the amount of traits you get to keep as a Kuiper Bunny are a little limited. But obviously the custom ones get to have more fun. Just gotta give him his shadow, and then he's just about done. Or he's completely done, actually. Gotta mess with the highlights a little bit more, because I do want to mess with that. And maybe giving him some coloring to kind of add a 3D effect. Hey, the long break is about to be over. That's why I'm thinking Nilly so that she can have her gills and tail. Oh, that's true. She already has a, like, animalistic shape, so her tail and stuff would be easier to translate. Even though Milton's tail didn't really get translated at all. Alright, time to restart our work timer. I have no idea how much longer we're going for this stream, but I think another hour would be good. Hour-ish. Can't tell it from a distance if that looks good. Also, just a small tweak. Ooh, no. That is way too bright in comparison. Oh, hello! Thank you very much for the raid! Hi, what were you guys doing? Welcome to the Cosmic Cafe! We are currently doing an art stream where I am turning people into Kuiper Bunnies, which are my stream avatar names. Little guys you see at the bottom of the screen. Welcome in, welcome in. Also, as always, don't be afraid to raid and run. Go get some, have a nice break. Go get some water. Go get some rest for your eyes. I have a feeling you've probably been streaming for a very long time. But welcome in, everybody. Should I call you Tomes? I assume your name is Tomes and... I've got this. Tomes and Oddities. I almost said Tomes and Doddities, but that's not right. That's an and. Also, Tomes and Oddities is such an interesting name. I love that. You sound like an awesome, like, book nook. You know, like a cool library, but not a library. Like an antique store and library. I love that name. Agent, thank you so much for the donation to Pokemon for Palestine. Also, of course, for those of you joining in, we are currently a part of the team of Pokemon for Palestine. We are raising money for the Palestine Children Relief Fund, and we are bringing in money, obviously, for Palestine if you do not know currently about what is going on with them, they are actively going through a genocide, and we are raising money to help with taking care of those people, bringing them medical help, bringing them water and food. That is what we are currently donating to. I have been so proud of my community and other communities. We have had so many streamers bring in so much cash for this. It's so amazing. Agent, let me go check what you sent in and what reward you will be getting for it. Thank you so much. I know especially now you're having, you're supposed to be taking very good care of yourself and money. So please, I really appreciate you using that money to help people who are going through something difficult, especially since you already are going through something. Thank you so much, Agent. But yeah, Tomes, I hope you had a good stream. What were you guys doing? Yes, that's the vibes. Oh, that name is freaking perfect. Amazing. Yeah, tell me a little bit about what you were doing. Maybe tell me a little bit about yourself before you head out and go get some rest, take care of yourself. Or also just leave and take care of yourself. I'll probably go look at your stream afterwards. I'm always nosy. Bunify Nilly. Eee, I'm very excited to Bunify Nilly. We did some arts today. Ooh. What type of art do you tend to do? Sorry, I should let you run. I know after I'm done with the stream, when I raid, I'm very tired and it's time for a break. Please go. I'm probably gonna go take a quick peek at your channel just to see what you do, especially since you're another artist. I love being nosy about art. But yeah, thank you so much for bringing your community over here. Much appreciated. Your name looks familiar. I'm now realizing your image does. Why does your image look familiar? Have I seen you before? Maybe I've seen your stream pop up before, but you definitely look familiar based off your image. Hello, Spookerific. Welcome in. QU hyperfixation. Hey, leave me alone. Usually cute stuff and sometimes costume concept art. Ooh, working on some support badges. Hell yeah. It's Baphomet. I usually stream as an opossum or cow. Ooh, cute. Both of those are really adorable animals. I'm being nosy. Ooh. That cow looks familiar. I must have seen one of your streams before. None of your suggested streamers are ringing the bell. Where do I know you from? I must have seen your art in passing somewhere. I like it a lot. I was trying to check and see if I knew you from like a Discord server or somewhere. Possible chance they've been following? No, I think this is the first time we're meeting. Oh, wait, no, you have been following me for a while. July 18th. Wait, what? Oh, I assumed you were totally new. When did I guess it is because you've been following. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I'd forgotten. Well, that explains why I recognized your icon. You must have shown up from someone else's stream then, or you raided before. I'm so sorry for forgetting. Well, thank you for bringing people over. That explains why you still look from it. Wait, Spookerific. Wait a minute. Wait, that's why. I know Spookerific. I just realized I know that name. You're from the Artists and Makers Club. Are both of you in there? Is that where I know you from? Because I know Spook's in the Artists and Makers Club. That's where I know them from. Maybe that's why? That's what I was about to say. I'm pretty sure it's a Discord server. The brain be braining, hey. It's fine. Ah, that's likely where I know you from then, from Spookerific streams. Okay, now I think I'm figuring it out. It took me a while, but it's because you've been here before, and likely because I've seen you in Spookerific's chat. Alright, I figured it out. Alright, either way, please go get take some time for yourself after your stream, take a little break. Especially after an art stream, good idea to take a break for your eyes. Alongside with all the people who joined you from your raid, always a good idea to take care of yourselves, take a little break. Though I appreciate you being here, please take care of yourself. No, Hawk, the brain is braining. You're honestly right. Thank you very much for the follow. Follow alerts are anonymous on this channel, so feel free to continue to lurk and enjoy. But if you'd like to say hi and let me know who you are and know your pronouns, feel free to share them as well. Whatever makes you most comfortable. Probably should have paused the work timer because I was too busy being nosy to work on the art, but that's fine. The more breaks I take, the better, honestly. The less wrist pain I have, the happier I will be. Thank you for the pat. Enjoy your dinner. Then again, I always end up being nosy about something. I can never just sit still. Always gotta be nosy. Yeah. It's important for me to take as many breaks as possible, but it's always because I'm being nosy instead of actually doing stuff. Oh, it's okay. You don't have to follow back. But I do appreciate it. Oh, sorry, he, they. Thank you for correcting me. Let's see. I wanted to add some volume to this. Another bunny battle? You always love to fight. Let's see. Okay, I think this is helping add a little bit of volume to it. Wait, what is this? What is this thing? Not the lighting. The lighting isn't even added to it. What is this? This is nothing. Okay. I have a layer that is nothing. Hey! Nice win! First win, I think. You are now a winner of the bunny battle. May your headbutts be swift, and your kills be many. I was gonna say your blade be sharp or something, but the bunnies just kind of headbutt each other and then they die. They're not very strong. They are very little. Ooh, I like this. want a sort of faded purple color. I should probably get new batteries for my mouse. It's yelling at me. And I'll do so eventually. If it dies on me, then I'll have to go get the batteries while streaming, but... Sucks to suck. Nope. I'll get batteries when it either dies on me or after stream. It's just gonna have to deal with it. Reload your mouse. Okay. I'll think about it. Yes, it is Clipsio Paint. That's my main drawing app. I do use, it'll come to me in a second when I remember the name of it. I had to scroll down. Sprite for pixel art, which I don't do very often. But when I do, I use Sprite for it. That's actually what I made my Kuiper bunnies in, is Sprite. Oops. I don't like the shadow. I'm getting rid of it. Immediately hate the shadow. Is it weird that I want to add rim lighting? I don't think I should add rim lighting to this damn thing. I feel like rim lighting would be the worst idea. He already has too many tone colors going on either side. Just started using Clipsio Paint a few months ago. Oh, well, I hope you're liking it. Oh yeah, it's kind of, well, I wouldn't say it's beefy as a program, but there is a lot to learn. Yeah, it's on like a 30% sale right now, I think. I'm currently on 3.0, but like, I feel like I'm gonna leave it alone with 4.0. I don't really need anything over there. It's tempting, but like, until I start using it more in the future, I think I'm just gonna leave it at the current mode I'm on. Until I have like a big reason to upgrade. Yeah, switching art programs can be very difficult and very confusing. Especially when you've been working with it for so long. So rest in peace. I was gonna do line art for these, but like, I feel like the sketch is kind of good enough. I like the sketch and the form it's at. Sometimes you just fall in love with a sketch. What's different about the EXE or the EX version? I forget the difference between the names, so I'm just gonna call them like version 1 and version 2. When I say version 2, I mean the more expensive one, because I forget what they're called. Version 1 of Clipsio Paint has a few... Yeah, is EXE a limited animation? Version 2 has more animation, and by that I mean unlimited, while the other one I think is capped at a certain amount of seconds you can use. There's also a lot more features. You'd have to check which ones are in one version and which ones are in the other specifically. But version 1 is specifically for illustration and stuff, while version 2 is more recommended for animation specifically, because you can do both. Most features you have in both versions, but I can't remember which ones you do and don't. I'd suggest looking it up on their website, and if that's not very helpful, maybe look at someone reviewing it in a video. Especially since all of the changes they've had with the different versions. I can't fully tell you. I can't keep up with it either. I can't tell which new things are in only... Oh, it's Pro and EX, but which one's better? Which one's the expensive one? I can't remember. Is Pro the expensive one or not the expensive one? I can never remember. I like EX more now, just in case if I wanted to do animatics or something. Okay, so EX is the more expensive one. Okay, so the EX is the one with unlimited, then you're right, yeah. I don't know what features are actually different outside of you can do unlimited animation, and the animation features are also less restricted. You can do more stuff with them, essentially. You'd have to check between the versions on, like, the website or something, because I don't remember by heart, but the biggest thing is if you do animation, and especially longer animations, you might want to get EX. That's the only reason I upgraded to it, is because I wanted to do animations, and especially ones that were longer in time. That alongside animatics, which I think it's like 6 seconds of animation is what you get in Pro. It could be more, I could be wrong about that. It's been years since I made that decision between the two. But for animation, I would say EX is very important. Oh, that's nice. I'm good, don't animate much. Okay, then you're probably gonna be just fine with Pro. That's the only reason I know that I wanted EX, is for animation. There could be more, that could be their biggest thing. I don't know. Hi, Kiri, thank you for the raid. That is the second raid this hour. Thank you very much for bringing everybody in. I know you were doing, I remember you calling it Friend Slop Friday. Hi, Bambi, speaking of friends. Hi, Bambi, thank you for the raid, guys. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Kiri, hey, Blaze of Glory, hey, Cammy. Hi, Wizif, hi, Bambi, hi, everybody, welcome in. As you can see, I'm currently doing some art. We just got another raid earlier. But yeah, we're moving on to making... We just have Friend Swap Fridays, yep. I think that's such a good name for it because you guys tend to play, like, friend games. Friend Swap is such a funny genre for games that have, like, the friends as your theme. But honestly, yeah, there's so many games that are like multiplayers all of a sudden. Especially multiplayer horror games, specifically because of Lethal Company. Oh hey, Fitbit, thank you for the raid. I assume you were also playing alongside them, or is this just a scary coincidence? I assume Fit was with you. That or I'm scared. Get an umbrella, we have too many raids flying down from the sky. I'm okay with Friend Slap being a genre, it's not a fan of the term itself. That's fair, yeah. It's very funny, but it is a little, It makes it seem like a bad thing. There's so many, like, good multiplayer games coming out all of a sudden. And I love that. What if there was a third raid? Yeah, I'm scared. Many a company. Well, yeah! If I was getting raided by 3 people in a row and they weren't streaming together, I'd be scared. Blue Star, welcome in! No one knows who Fit is, actually. Just spawned in yesterday. Materialized in someone's basement the other day and escaped. Lab experiment creature. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you knew someone who was, like, genuinely, like, a lab experiment? Like, yeah, no, I'm not a human. I'm playing games with my tentacle arm. I don't even have fingers. Just like a creature that materializes and now you're friends with them. But yeah, thank you guys. Welcome in. What game were you guys playing? I didn't get a chance to check in on y'all. What are you playing this week? Can't confirm. Just loaded up a .ex. You're not even a creature. You're just a program. It's a virus, actually. Ah, Lethal makes sense. Lethal is still such a good game. I love that. Also, Lethal, I know everyone kind of knows about it now, but like Lethal really was fucking insane. Like, I cannot believe an indie game beat a AAA like Call of Duty, I think like the newest Call of Duty game came out the same year and it fucking beat it in sales. That's insane for an indie. Zeekers, again, round of applause. Holy shit. Yeah, like, people liked multiplayer before, but Lethal fucking started something. Good shit. Good soup. Seriously, though, like, amazing work. And their first game was also... Well, I don't know if it's their first game, but I remember hearing people talking about the game they made before Lethal Company came out. And it was really fun. It was really cute looking. I haven't actually played it, so I'm kind of interested in maybe grabbing that and playing it on stream at some point in time. I think it's about elevators. And that's where the that one mod with the dog in it is from. What is he called? Shrimp? I know people turned Shrimp into a mod. Oh yeah, of course. Everyone who came in with the raids, do not be afraid to just head out and go get some water, take a break from your eyes, take them from their sockets and place them in a container of eye drops for a second. You know, like we all normal human beings do. I really wish I could make my PNG tuber blink out of sync. One of the good points of having an actual like VTuber model 3D like any kind is you can do stupid shit like that. I really wish I could have made her blink out of sync at that moment. Everyone go put your eyeballs in your eyeball jar like we all have. Oh my god, I just realized look how many bunnies are on screen. Dear lord, there's so many of you. Why are so many of you on the ladder also? They really love doing that like all together. Whee! And they always just jump right fucking off, too. Half the time, they will just jump right off the edge, and then down they go. Very silly. Bunnies! You know what? Yeah, let's have a bunny battle. I want one. I typed in ! bunny battle. That's not gonna work. That's not the command. There we go. This is going to be the biggest battle we have ever had. Are bunnies pack animals? I don't know, but a group of bunnies is called a fluffle. It's called a fluffle, and it's the cutest damn thing I've ever seen. Wait, oh yeah, comment, as a mod, you can do that command anytime you want. Lots of bunnies for battling. You'll ever stare at a guy who isn't supposed to be where you are and go, why are you here? Blaze, what does that mean? Also, so many people just died at once. Can Spookerific win again and be crowned as the bunny battler? I think you're dead already, actually. Shit. I don't know when, but you died. Blue Star is... I think Blue Star's kicking ass. I think that's Blue Star. The longer names are hard to read on the bunnies. They're very pixelated for me. I'm just squinting my eyes like, who is that? I see a B and an L, so it's either Blue Star or Blaze. I can't tell who's who right now. Who is that? Tell me who won. You both have numbers at the end of your name, too, so it makes it even harder. Stop dancing! Who fucking won? Okay, it is Blue Star. I genuinely couldn't tell who it was for a second. A person signed up for my group and wow, went on my own raid. Just, you're in the wrong raid. Okay, Blaze, you had me worried you were like seeing people who aren't real when you said it the first time, and I was very scared. That or like someone's in your house and they shouldn't be, which was also worrying. Watership Down 8's one of my favorite books. Ooh. Wow. 25 cents? That's great. Yeah, that's why I was like, please explain more. I'm so scared. What do you mean there's a guy who isn't where they're supposed to be? What does that mean? That's terrifying. So I killed a man. Good. Someone breaks into your house and is just like staring at you trying to be creepy. It's like, get the fuck out of here. No, do not do this. Out. Look, if shooing them with a broom doesn't work, then like maybe you gotta throw hands. I like the idea of like they're treating a demon like a weird rat. Just being like shooing a demon with a broom, but just like if that doesn't work, kill the fucking thing. If that don't work, go to the kitchen. You got something in there. You can get ordained online. Get some holy water and a fucking wooden stake. You'll figure out which one it is depending on how loud it screams. That's a vampire joke, by the way. I'm not advising people stab other human beings. I'm talking about fictional creatures, which is why I said holy water. In case the joke wasn't clear. Don't stab people. Well, if someone like breaks into your house, maybe you can start punching. They're trying to hurt you, obviously. Self-defense. But like, I mean specifically if there's like a demon in the corner of your room, grab some holy water and a wooden stake. It might not be a demon, you can never be sure. Shay, you're not getting stabbed if you don't break into people's houses. You're allowed to be here. I'll get vinegar and splash it in the demon's eyes while a stake to the heart will... That's true. You know what? If you stab it in the heart with a wooden stake and it turns into dust, it's a vampire. If it didn't, you might be going to jail. It's two options. God damn it, that was my break alarm. I haven't done anything because we've gotten so many raids and I've done so many stupid bits because I forgot we're supposed to be doing stuff. Well, taking a longer break. To be fair, again, like I said, it's important for me to take breaks for my wrist. I have had wrist problems recently. I know that character. Sorry, I saw something in a Discord server. But, like, it's important I take breaks for my wrist or else I will injure it again and I won't be able to draw and I'll be sad. I get sad if I can't draw. Stakes don't work on vampires that well. Decapitation, however. What? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. We have so much vampire media. I don't actually know if the wooden stake thing is like a real vampires in like mythology or just some dude wrote a book and was like, this became like everyone's truth of vampires. Cause isn't Van Helsing just like some guy's fan fiction? That's not like a mythological book, is it? Not just something he wrote? There's some dude's story. I know Dracula is also... Actually, that's a misconception. The stakes weren't meant to kill the vampires, but instead to keep them from getting up. I'm sorry? The stake was a lock. Oh! That just made vampire hunters so much more terrifying and so much more badass. Like, no, the stake to the heart isn't what kills them. It's just to hold them down. Like, I'm sorry? That's just the way it's always been. They just hold them down with the stake to the heart. So they'd be pinned to the coffin so they can cut their head off. That's nuts. Think about it in zombie terms. If you stake a vampire's chest there, just immobilizing them and keeping them in their coffin. That is so fucking cool. And explains so much, actually, because I was wondering... I don't know if this counts as spoilers for a certain anime, so I'm not going to bring it up just in case it is. But for those of you who know about... well, actually, I don't want to tell you because then you'll figure out what's wrong. You can probably tell based off of what I'm talking about. An anime that perhaps has characters who cut off heads, and that's the only way to kill that creature specifically. Those creatures are not called vampires, but if you think about it, they eat people and usually blood, which is kind of similar to vampires. Actually, most of them don't even eat people whole, so they mostly just kind of drink blood oftentimes. They can only be out at nighttime, they'll die in the daytime. You can tell which anime I'm talking about if you know it, don't say it in chat. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Someone has just materialized. I love the bunny spawning, and it's so funny. Nope. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I won't say anything else about the anime, because if you know, you know, but if you don't know, then you'll figure it out eventually. How old is this anime? Recent. Very recent. Well, very recent's an overstatement. It's like 5 years old, I think. It's not one of the, like, OGs from, like, 1999. Those guys before the 2000s. It's like a 2010 run, I think. Last decade. Yeah, last decade recent would be a good way to call it, yeah. Last one. It has 2 letters in the name, if that helps. Because I think I know the important question. Is it a killer and... I don't know? Are there anime characters in Dead by Daylight? I know Springtrap's in there, and that's like the most I know. I know there's a lot of like American horror icons alongside the girl from The Ring. Maybe Dead by Daylight killers. Now I'm curious. I actually wouldn't know that. No. Springtrap's not from an anime, obviously, but like what? That was like the weirdest one that was gonna be in there, is Springtrap. Let's go look. What anime character is even in here? Oh, the Demigorgon from Stranger Things is in here. Forgot about that. Why am I just looking at these? Like, this is gonna help me. I don't know who the fuck most of these guys are. Like, I see Chucky and the Xenomorph. That's very clear. Oh, no, it's not Dracula. I didn't know. Oh, I also didn't realize Tokyo Ghoul got one. No, not, I didn't know he was in here. That's so cool. I see what you mean by anime now. Yeah, no, I did not know that the ghouls were in here. No. Not the anime I'm talking about. But now I see what you mean, because I haven't seen Tokyo Ghoul, but I'm assuming it does have something to do with that similarly. But no, it's, I think it came out after Tokyo Ghoul, actually. The one I'm talking about. Hawk, I think you watched this. So maybe you know what I'm talking about. Obviously, don't say it in chat, the name, but if you know what I'm talking about, then you can say you know. Echo knows, because Echo likes bullying me because one of my favorite characters died. Can I guess it? Yeah, to be fair, it's one of the main plot points of the anime, but like, you have to get into a few episodes of it to know this. At this point, I've hyped it up so damn much, I might as well just tell y'all. It's not super big spoilers, but it is important, like, thing you learn. It's Demon Slayer. I'm talking about Demon Slayer, is what I was talking about. They're kind of inspired, especially because you have to cut their heads off to kill them. Is it Demon Slayer? Yep, Blue Star, you are right. Yeah, it's Demon Slayer. Because in my head, I was like, oh, so that's likely why they cut off their heads. And why they can't be out at nighttime, or can only be out during the night and they'll die in the sunlight. Because they're based off of vampires. Yeah, Comet, you wouldn't know this. You have to get into a few episodes for them to actually get into the demon slaying of it. Very cool. I do like the anime, actually, quite a lot. I'm not even fully caught up. I think the last season either came out or is coming out. I haven't seen it yet. I have only gotten to Swordsmith arc, and that's all I'll say because the rest of that. Okay, that's a lie. I don't remember it. I know I watched it, and that's fair. I thought it was pretty neat. Shush! Hawk, bad. Delete. Hear that. Get that out of there. Oh, shit. I think I deleted it twice by accident. Don't say that, because that's a spoiler. That's genuinely a spoiler. I was trying to delete it, and then it wouldn't let me. I think I deleted another message by accident because it wasn't working. Oh, no, I deleted the same message twice. How do I delete the same message twice? How in the fucking... How'd that happen? I have to make this small. I don't need this much space, actually. How big is this right now? 800 by 800. I'm the kind of person who doesn't care about spoilers because I know my memory is like a goldfish. That is fair. So hopefully, well, you probably have already know the moment. But yeah, it's definitely good to be a little bit more cautious because that's not like that happens day fucking one, man. You gotta be careful. I can make the canvas a little smaller. Oh shit, what did I just touch? No, no, no. That slider was going to numbers in the 6 digits. Fuck no, I will crash my computer doing that. Do not. Okay, Shay, you know what? You're right. It does sound kind of stupid when you say it like that. So in Demon Slayer, they slay demons. I'm pretty sure it's kind of an important plot point, learning how and stuff. But yeah, you're right, it does sound a little bit silly when I said that I was making such a big deal of talking about demon slayers slaying the demons. It's just kind of like the how and stuff you learn alongside the main character. Oh, Blue Star, you finished Bug Snacks. Did you have fun? You know why we called it like an eldritch horror? Obviously, let's not talk about it for those who haven't seen it, but like, yeah. For those of you who didn't notice when looking at the game or hearing about it, there is a tag on the Steam page for psychological horror. Not kidding. And they ain't kidding when they added that. So good luck if you haven't played it yet. I hope you have fun. But just remember. Bug Snacks. Ooh, Bug Snacks. Got a bug inside the snack. Gotta catch 'em in your pack. You are whatever you eat. And just remember, it's kind of bug, it's kind of snack. And K-pop Demon Hunter spoils the shut the fuck up. Shut up. Names are just names without context, you can't understand it. Yeah, but if they remember, they'll know who we're talking about. So just especially because I said something about someone dying. Just terrible idea. Terrible. The main villain of Demon Slayer being in K-pop Demon Hunters is really fucking funny. Hawk and anyone else who's seen him knows especially why it's really funny, but also because he's a very serious villain and it would be stupid to see him singing and dancing. But there's a secondary reason for why. I don't even know what that is. Who's Umai? You're just saying things at this point. I don't remember most of the characters' names. That could be someone. I don't fucking know. It's not half bug. It's not half snacks. It's kind of bug and kind of snack. There's no specific ratio of bug to snack. It's like when someone says to add a pinch of something when you're cooking. You just know. You know how much bug. You know how much of snack. Also, I think I'm gonna call stream here at the 3-hour mark. We've made one bunny. There's so many of you. Oh, is that his, You're right. I haven't seen it in so long. But yeah, before the ads come up again, I think I'm gonna send y'all off somewhere and figure out where we're gonna go. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for all of the raids. I think 4 raids is definitely the, most we've ever gotten in one stream, let alone in 1 hour. So thank you very much, everyone, for all the support today, all of the bits, all of the follows, and all of the raids. Thank you so much. And let's figure out who we're going to send y'all off to in this raid. But yeah, this has been a fun stream. Thank you guys for joining me. It would be a crime if they smoothly put him in. That'd be terrifying. Oh, one more battle for the road? Alright, alright. I can respect that. You guys do your battle while I figure out where I'm gonna send y'all. We have a good few people that we are following who are live. Snooze. Oh shit, the ads were about to try and start. Go away. Snooze. Yeah. So I am seeing that Taiga is streaming right now. He's currently streaming Pokemon Legends ZA. So as a warning for everyone who can hear me, Taiga is streaming Pokemon Legends ZA. If you don't want spoilers for that, do not join the raid. I know for some people it's very important to stay away from spoilers from that game. I'm starting the raid now. Click out of it. If you don't want to see spoilers for that game, please leave the raid. You do not have to join it. And give people plenty of time to leave. Holy shit, there's 20 people. Hi, everybody. That makes sense with the amount of raids we had today and the amount of people in all of them. Hi. There are only spoilers if the main story is being played. That is true. But just in case, hop out of the raid now while you have the chance. Thank you guys for joining me. You guys, will you two kill each other? You have to end the fight. Okay, Meeple's won. Damn, the fights take longer the more people are in it, but also it goes by so quickly the more people are in it, because everyone dies at once. But Meeples, congrats on the win! Kill faster! You're taking too damn long. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Everyone who has been lurking, chatting, and just hanging out with me, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Everyone is still lined up. There's like 10 of you on each side. There they go as they start to do different things. It's like when you're shuffling a deck of cards. It goes by so fast, you can't tell who's who. But yeah, I will see you guys again on Monday next week at 6 p.m. EDT. EST, actually. There's no more daylight saving time. Daylight savings times. Whatever. One of those things. But yeah, bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. And even if I don't, have a good afternoon, good evening, good night. Bye-bye! 2 seconds before they left without me. Stop stream.